Hello, my name is Riska Fauziah with registration number 33.2C.07, and now I would like to do the student task for active listening for meeting 11. Part 1. Complete this conversation. So, we were talking about climates, Amy. Are there any sort of climates that you would like to live in? I would like to live in Iceland or Scandinavia. Interesting. Why would you like to live in that sort of climate? The snow is just so beautiful, and my image of those countries is that their infrastructure is sufficient enough to keep you warm when you are inside. But I would say it's just so beautiful. The snow is amazing. It quietens everything. I think it's glorious. I just really like it. I used to ski when I was younger. So I like skiing, and I like the hills, and the snow on hills is just beautiful for me. How about you? Well, I love snow too, but I don't like it when it gets so slushy and sloopy, and your feet are freezing. I think like the idea of snow is really appealing. I'm not sure about, living in it. I prefer, I don't know, maybe the climate of like southern Italy, kind of Mediterranean climate. I think that would be really quite pleasant. Not too hot by the sea, although in the summer it does get hot, but I don't think it's the humidity. Right, I was just thinking about that. What kind of heat is it? Is it a dry heat? I think it is a drier heat. Whereas the heat obviously we get here is unbearable at times, right? Yeah, it's really bad, yeah. So, what's the highest temperature? What's the range of temperature in southern Italy? What kind of climate? Do you know? Not sure. I guess maybe at this time of year it starts getting up toward 20 degrees Celsius. That's nice. And then I think it does, places like Sicily. I think it does get pretty hot, probably like high 30s. Yeah, so I think the winters are probably quite mild, unless you were from the north of Italy, of course, near the mountains. Yeah, down in the south it remains kind of pretty mild, you know? If it's in the mad, it's my image of that. I have never been to Italy, so I don't know. I have been to the south of France, and it got really hot. That was a nice temperature. It was dry, and the night time wasn't too hot either. It was really nice during the day. That was a nice climate, I think. Part 2. Answer the question. Number 1. Why did the elementary school bus pull into a gas station? And the answer is because the bus driver had to use the bathroom. Number 2. What is the reason of the driver bus to left the student on the bus? The answer is because it was cold outside and the driver didn't want the kids to get chilly while he was using the bathroom. Number 3. Who saved the students and how he did it? The answer is 10 years old Jake. He had the composer to run forward to the driver's seat and grab the steering wheel. He pressed hard on the brake pedal and managed to stop the bus as it approached a guard rail overlooking a creek bed. Jack turned off the ignition. Number 4. Why did the student begin yelling and screaming on the bus? The answer is because the bus slowly started rolling away from the gas station. As the bus picked up speed, the kids began yelling and screaming. Number 4. Retell the story using your own word. And now I would like to retell you about the audio number 2. In Ohio, there is an elementary school bus pulled into a gas station because the driver had to use the bathroom. But the driver didn't turn the engine off and take the key with him. He just left the bus while there were 20 kids on the bus. The bus slowly started rolling away from the gas station, and 10 years old Jake had the composer to run for the driver's seat and grab the steering wheel. He pressed hard on the brake pedal and managed to stop the bus as it approached a guard rail overlooking a creek bed. Jack turned off the ignition while he waited for the police. After the cops arrived at the scene, they congratulated Jake on his heroic effort. Jake wasn't impressed with what he had done to stop the bus due to his favorite action video game is Grand Theft Auto 3. The bus driver walking along the highway when arrested by the police. While that is only a minor driving violation, the country district attorney said he hoped to upgrade the charge to a felony because of the number of children involved. Part 3. Retell this story using your own word. I would like to retell you about the audio number 3. The story is about the fox and the crow. The fox tells us that we might think that foxes like to eat hens, bees, and stolen ones at that, but not many people know that what fox appreciate of even more than chicken is a nice piece of cheese once in a while. It was a fine bright morning when the fox caught a cheesy smell of the breeze. When he looked up into the tree and there on the branch he saw Miss Crow looking terribly pleased with herself, for in her beak she held a large piece of cheese. The fox called up to the neighbor and said, "Good morning, Miss Crow. You are looking very lovely today, if I may say so." "Such a charming creature," he must to himself, making sure nevertheless that she could overhear. "Such a fine scene on those wondrous black feathers. What wings, what legs, and that big, exquisite." The fox could see that Miss Crow was paying close attention to his words, even though she was pretending ever so hard not to hear. So he gazed up at the tree with admiration and love in his eyes and said, "Ah, my heart is smitten by this wonderful bird. If only I could hear her voice, I'm sure that such a charming creator must sing mostly sweetly. If I could, if I could but hear one line of her song, I would hail her as a princess of the forest. Swelling with pride, Miss Crow puffed up her feathers and began to sing the most lovely music the foxes have ever heard. Caw, 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 caw. Miss Crow's voice is not exactly star quality, but when Miss Crow is saying that cow, she opened her bag. The cheese fell to the ground and the foxes snapped up the breakfast, which only goes to show that flattery will get you everywhere. So that's all the story of the fox and the crow. So that is all my student task for meeting 11. Thank you so much.